Hello and welcome to a tech tip on Kahoot. And if you don't know, Kahoot is one of my favorite programs. And today I'm going to show you how to create a Kahoot with a course activity from social studies. So first off, when you log in, you'll want to make sure you're in the Oakmont Premium account. So if you've created an account beforehand, you may have a private workspace and a team workspace. You want to be in your team workspace. That doesn't mean that you automatically have to share. That just means that that is the workspace that you are in. And I'm going to go ahead and click create. Now, I will tell you that I did this with, I'm sorry, I didn't narrate what I was doing. Okay, I will tell you that I did this. So I'm creating a Kahoot and I'm using a PDF. I did this for the English class and the math class, and I just used their course activities as they created them. I had a little bit more issue with the government one, and one of the things I found was that I needed to fill in some answers. So I'm going to go ahead and upload file, and I just want you to know that what I did was I put some terms into the Unit 1 activity. So basically turning it into more of a discussion of these terms as a starting point for this activity. And then I was thinking, so you would discuss the terms, and then activity 2 and activity 3 would be things that the student would then complete on their own. So I'm not going to include those, but I did have them, do some questions for the Bill of Rights when I created this. So I'm going to go ahead and click generate. And instead of extracting questions, I'm going to generate questions. And now over here, you have a choice to do some things. And I don't actually want this to be a quiz because this isn't something I'm going over. I want it to be a lesson. So I'm going to choose macro lesson, micro lesson. Oh, I want it to be a big lesson. And it's going to go ahead and create based on what's in there, right? And you can go through and look and definitely fine tune this, okay? They like to do this intro slide. I don't, like, if you're doing a big picture slide, why do we have to have a slide that is just a title? So I'm taking that one off. Voluntary participation, building civic, philanthropy, freedom of expression. Some of these, I think it got a little deeper than what I wanted it to get. So I'm going to go ahead and take away some of these because some of them are very opinion related too, okay? So those are the questions that I want. It's 12. So I'm going to go ahead and add and close these. Now, the other thing I want to talk about to prep students to do this activity is the Bill of Rights. So I'm going to go ahead and add more questions. So I'm going to click create. I'm going to go, oh, wait. Okay. And I'm going to switch this to PDF, and I'm going to upload another PDF. And this PDF is just a copy of the Bill of Rights. This is straight from the archivesgov.org. So this is straight up the Bill of Rights. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this, and I'm also going to make that a micro lesson because I feel like this is an idea that students need, okay? I'm going to take away the preamble, and I'm not going to talk about the history of all of this. Like, I don't think we need to know the year. Freedoms. Why do we need this twice? Well, religion. Yeah, this is the same information. Okay. Second Amendment, Third Amendment, Caesars. Okay, and I like the way they use the numbers, right? Okay, limits. And throughout all of these, I like the way they have some self-checks, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and add and close. And now I have a pretty good lecture that I could give. I would go through now and definitely fine tune this. I'm gonna go through each slide, make sure I'm okay with this, and make sure they're the media is media that I want to use. You can go in and remove the media and then find media, and you can put civil participation, since that's the topic of this. I'd like a little bit more diversity in that. I just like for our students to not think that everyone who participates in government has to be a certain way, right? Yeah, and it's not doing great. Let's try civil society. And I don't want to use something that is specific to the United States because we're not the only civil society out there. I kind of like this one because there's a lot of diversity in it. But I also like this one, but that'd be really good for voting. Anyway, I'm overthinking this. You do not have to overthink this. Choose a picture. You can use it as a background. I'm going to go ahead and use it as a background. And now I've just replaced that picture. And that's how you replace that picture. You could decide however you wanted to replace this picture. So I have all these slides. I did not go through them and edit them. I definitely would do that if I were the teacher. But I want to show you. I'm going to go ahead and save this. And I will share this with you, but I want to share it with the caveat that I am not a history teacher and I did not go through and edit this completely. So this is a really good starting point for you, but I would go through and edit it and make sure that it covers the things you want and, make sure that it explains the things that you want, okay? So I went ahead and called it American Government Unit 1 Activity, and I'm going to share it in the Social Studies folder. U.S. Government Test, I guess. Yeah, I'll put it in U.S. Government Test. That way you guys can find it, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and click Done. Now what I want to show you is once I save this, you have the ability to choose lecture mode for how you present this. So I'm going to choose lecture. And it comes up very much like a regular Kahoot, but it gives you some more options, okay? So students have the option to join, just like a Kahoot, right? And one of the nice things about this is students like to join Kahoots with their phone. So what does this mean? They're less likely to be playing on their phone because their phone is taken over by the Kahoot app. Just a fringe benefit. I'm going to go ahead and start it even though I don't have students because I want to show you a couple of features that are different from a traditional Kahoot. And number one is that you control the timing with the exception of the timing on questions. The timing on questions is set, although you can skip ahead, just like a regular Kahoot. But on slides, you're talking about what you want to talk about, right? Another thing is students have the ability to react. So it's like a YouTube feed where they can react during your lecture, during your conversation. They have the ability to ask questions, although you can disable new questions if you notice someone not using this appropriately, you can do that, okay? When you do the quiz questions, sorry, collapse panel. It comes up with the question, what describes the common good, and lets you talk about it before it shows the answers and starts the timer. So you could have conversation about this in advance, right? You just went over what's the common good. Now let's talk about it. What describes the common good? And they can choose. One thing that I would definitely include in this lecture that I didn't go in and set up is I would probably choose some poll questions and even some fill in the blank kind of conversation questions. So I'll actually go back and show you that. You can also control the sound here. I tend to mute the sound on Kahoot because the music really makes me anxious, okay? So I might come down here and make it so that the music is not, it's actually in a different place, okay? But I might mute it here, okay? You can manage questions, you can archive questions, you can do all sorts of stuff, okay? Now I'm gonna go ahead and, by the way, if you're ever in a Kahoot and you don't wanna finish it, say you ran out of time, that frequently happens to me because I talk a lot when I do Kahoots. Like I would talk about all of the wrong answers and why they're wrong too. So I'm gonna go ahead and come up here. By the way, as an English teacher, I don't like the fact that the Kahoot automatically capitalized everything. And I'm going to exit out of the full screen, and I'm going to go ahead and end the Kahoot. End it now. Sorry, they moved buttons on me, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and click Find a New Kahoot. Nope. Okay, no, that doesn't take me. Oh, I just want to go back. Okay, you know what? I'll just close this tab. Leave. Okay, so I'm back to my editing tab. I did want to show you, so let's talk about voluntary participation in public life. I could add a question here. So I'm going to click Add. That is a poll, okay? Have you participated in the government? Now, this is definitely not like a right or wrong question, right or wrong answer. And some of your students are definitely going to say yes, and some are going to say no. So I'm going to do my yes and my no. Oh, I put yeah. Yeah. Yes, no. Maybe. And that might be a student who's like, well, I think this might have been participating, and I would probably find a good government picture, although, okay. And I would give them more time. I'd probably give them a minute, okay? Another type of question I might add, back to editing, is I can add a question that is open-ended or brainstorm. And I really like brainstorm for lectures, right? So let's brainstorm individual rights. Okay, let's brainstorm about freedom of expression as core to freedom. This is definitely something that's controversial on the limits of. So this could be a great topic for conversation. So I'm going to click brainstorm, and I'm going to put a question on here that says, what limits do you think need to be placed on freedom of expression? Or this is kind of a leading question. Do limits need to be placed on? Do limits need to be placed on freedom of expression? What limits are needed? And I would probably, when this question comes up, talk about it. So what's going to happen when you present this question? I'm going to go ahead and save and do this as a lecture so you can see this. When you present this question, your audience is going to have the option to, I'm going to skip. Sorry, this is so far in. Okay. Your audience has the option now to brainstorm. So the students, you talk about this, you talk about the question, you talk about, hey, can anyone just go online and say anything about anyone? Is that okay? Is it okay to scream fire in a burning building? Is it okay to go to a government meeting and protest so loudly that the meeting can't be held, right? These are all questions of, do we need limits of freedom of expression to ensure everyone's freedom, right? So I'm going to go ahead and start, and the participants then are typing their ideas. And when this brainstorm time is up, you can go through and flip the ideas and group them together, and this would be a great opportunity for discussion, okay? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share this Kahoot with you, and I hope that you will try it out. You can play with this Kahoot, modify it, make a copy of it. You can also make your own Kahoot from PDFs. And I hope you will try that out because it's a great way to get conversation and participation. Have a great week.